Today, we're testing out British Columbia's regional airline. Pacific Coastal Airlines operates a fleet of 9 Beechcraft 1900s and 7 Saab 340s, one of which will be on today. They only fly to 20 different airports around the British Columbia region as of February 2026, but this is more than any other airline that operates there, and it's still a pretty extensive route network. Their motto is quote-unquote people friendly, people first. So let's see how well they maintain that as a small regional airline and how they are at serving British Columbia. The plan today is to take one of their Saabs from where we left off on fellow regional airline Harbour Air last time from Vancouver, head 30 minutes up the BC coast to Powell River, turn there and head right back down to Vancouver. So how nice did they make the bigger and higher capacity Saab 340 on board for passenger comfort? How are they as a regional airline? The only regional airline that serves the British Columbia region to the extent that it does. What's going on, guys? Casey Flair here. Let's go take a ride on British Columbia's regional airline and see if it's any good. Let's check in. Checking in online is available for the small regional, and all it is selecting the traveling travelers, a final chance to change your seats, and add special bags. To not really any surprise, there is a size limit to personal items and carry-ons, so just be careful of that. Last things last, we'll confirm that we aren't hazardous. The boarding passes can be downloaded and be used, but I'm still going to get a physical boarding pass at the airport. Alright, we are in the boarding area in the Vancouver Airport South Terminal. Now we are actually delayed from 12:30 to 1:05, which a 30-minute delay isn't the end of the world for this. We're on the same aircraft coming back down to Vancouver, but just after I get back, I have a connecting flight leaving at 5:30, which will be what the next video is going to be. But yeah, as of now, I'm not worried about that. 30-minute delay really isn't that much. But yeah, apart from that, everything looks okay. To kill time during the delay, I just went outside and took some videos of the Pacific Coastal aircrafts. The Saab 340, which is the one that we may or may not be on, and the Beechcraft 1900, which is the airline's primary workhorse. But yeah, we're going to be on the Saab 340 today and see what their bigger aircraft is like on board with a flight attendant, see what the Pacific Coastal service is without flight attendant, and see what their Saab 340 is all about and see how they utilize it. But yeah, we're a couple minutes out from boarding, and I will talk to you guys once we get on board. We ended up playing the waiting game a little bit longer than anticipated as boarding got delayed 15 more minutes. But nonetheless, it was go time. My ID and boarding pass are both there.
Yes, thank you, sir. Cheers, have a good flight.
Yeah. Charlie Golf Papa Charlie Tango will be the 27-year-old Saab both ways today. She was delivered to Japan Air Commuter in September of 1999 as Juliet Alpha 002 Charlie, then to the C&L Aviation Group in January of 2020 as Vector Hotel Bravo Yankee Sierra, then switched to November 459 Charlie Lima that March of 2020. She then got with Pacific Coastal with the current registration in July of 2022. I climbed right into seat 2F. We got a width of 18 inches, a not too shabby pitch of 31 inches, 1 point on my seat to the same point of the seat in front of me, or in this case, bulkhead in front of me, and recline of 2. Alright, welcome aboard the Pacific Coastal Saab 340 up to Powell River. First impressions on the seat so far. Yeah, we got a nice legroomy exit row seat. So we have lots of legroom down there, and I have been briefed, and I am willing and able to assist in case of emergency here in the exit row. She gave me that exit row briefing right as I got to the seat, as she should. But yeah, nice, lots of legroom. Pretty wide, so that's not bad. If you've seen any other of my videos where I fly on a Saab aircraft, I don't love how low the armrests are, and this one is absolutely no different. So yeah, low armrests, and to no surprise, no Wi-Fi and no in-seat power. So really not much to contribute to the entertainment category of the flight, aircraft, or airline. But yeah, this seat's pretty comfortable. I got the nice legroomy seat when the other seats are around the same. But yeah, pretty good legroom all around. But yeah, In just a minute, we'll be firing up our engines and getting out of here.
Airlines flight 207, we're off to Powell River. I'm Rob up front with Colt. Julie in the back looking at your camera, most importantly, your safety. 30 minutes up the coast, we're at 10,000 feet, a few clouds plus 8, 12 knots out of the northwest up in Powell. A little bit windy around the Vancouver area, some bumps out of here, and probably up the coast. We'll keep it as smooth as possible for you. Apologize for the little delay. Plan on catch up today. Trying to make up a few minutes for you. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Get on board.
We are airborne out of Vancouver and on our way up to Powell River. I'm gonna be honest, it is really loud in the seat and I don't have ear protection, but that's okay. But yeah, if you ever come on the Saab and choose this very front seat here by the prop, it's gonna be loud, so just be ready for that. But apart from that, I don't think there's gonna be any sort of service just due to the duration of the flight. I say that in quotes. After takeoff, our flight attendant came on and said due to the short flight duration, there won't be any service. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. It was loud, so I didn't really get the first part. But yeah, it's only a half hour. I would like a service just to see what they got and see what the service is, but we're not going to get one just because the flight is too short, which I don't really think it is. You can easily do something with a half hour of just going through with a quick snack basket or even a quick thing of water. With probably 30 something passengers, the aircraft seats 34, but not every seat is open, so 30 passengers, you can easily fly through a quick water service in like 5 minutes, and even the seatbelt sign is off now, and it's been off for the past 5 minutes, so they could easily get a service done with what they got. So I don't love that. I doubt it, but we'll see if there's something on the way back down to Vancouver. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. I'll do some research and report back, or ask and report back. But yeah, just keep on chugging along and following the coast up to Powell River. Alright, we've started our descent down into Powell River and there has been no service at all from the flight attendant. We had a good 10, maybe 15 minutes, but at least 5 to 10 minutes of smooth air up in cruise, and she didn't come back with anything. And I looked back and counted 19 passengers, including myself. So legally, we don't even need a flight attendant since there's only 19 of us, but we did have one, and she could have easily done one with 19 passengers of at least water. It could take her at least like 2-3 minutes to come back with a simple water or snack service to the 19 of us, but she didn't. She just sat there and did nothing, but that's okay. It's a 30-minute flight. Do we really need it? No, we don't, but something would have been nice to see just for the airline's sake. But yeah, we are starting our descent down into Powell River, and I'll talk to you guys once we are on the ground. It could be debated whether our flight attendant could have come through with a small snack or drink service during the 10 or so minutes in cruise with smooth air on the way up or down, My good friend Connor from Window Seat Films took a turn with them, with flights that were slightly longer each way. He had 45 minutes as opposed to just the 30 we had, so he had a little bit more time and cruise to get a service than what we did. So, on those flights to Penticton and back, he received a bag of pretzels and a cup of water. Oh, see ya, yeah. I'll be on the turn right back to Vancouver.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will. So see me again.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you just flew for...
Exactly, for the airline and the Saab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, I'll see ya.
Later.
See you in a bit. Yeah, you're good. They gave me a boarding pass in Vancouver for the return leg.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'm already checked in.
Yep, you are.
Cool, thank you. Alright, in the boarding area to get back on the same Saab down to Vancouver. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my ears do kind of hurt after sitting right there next to the prop with not really any ear protection. So if you're gonna come and fly on a Saab in that same seat right next to the prop, just be prepared for that. But yeah, apart from that, as far as this boarding room goes, pretty bare minimum. We got seats, they do seat things. We got the check-in desk right behind me, as well as a rental car desk right there, if you need that, if that's your thing, if you want to get around. But yeah, we are running about 45 to 50 minutes behind schedule now, if I'm being completely honest. Almost an hour, but that isn't ideal, but we're going to try to make as much of that up as we can. So we're going to be getting back into Vancouver probably about 30 minutes to an hour behind schedule, which isn't great for my next connection, but it is what it is. I'll make it work. I always do. But yeah, apart from that, just playing the waiting game in the boarding room they got here with no TSA. Pacific Coastal does not use TSA. They didn't use it in Vancouver, and they are not using it up here in Powell River. So no TSA for Pacific Coastal at any of its stations. But yeah, apart from all that, I will catch you guys back on board at the seat. I made the hike back to regular economy seat 10F. As mentioned, we got the same width of 18 inches, legroom pitch of 31 inches, and a recline of 2.
30 minutes down to Vancouver. Plan a bit of a scenic flight for you today. Also gets us departing off of Powell River a little earlier. 1,500 feet down the straight there. It's going to be pretty nice.
1,500 feet? Wow, that is scenic. But yeah, back on the Saab down to Vancouver in a regular economy seat they got. This completely flew by me on the last flight, no pun intended, but that front seat with the bulkhead did not have a tray table at all, so it wasn't folded into the armrest or anything, but we obviously do have one back here. It isn't the cleanest, but that's fine. I don't think anyone cares. I don't really care. And we also have a cup holder that's kind of carved right through the tray table. But yeah, that is what it is. But yeah, as the captain said, we got a supposedly scenic flight ahead of us. So let's go ahead and get fired up out of here and look outside for that. Okay, did the captain really mean 1,500 feet and not 15,000? Because we've been sitting at 1,500 for a good couple minutes now, and we have not stepped up yet. So I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, we're just riding just above the water at 1,500. But yeah, we're airborne out of Powell River with 12 passengers. So a bunch of open seats, just under half full getting out, and the flight attendant said that she's still not going to do any sort of service on this quick flight. It's a little windy, so I'll give her that to not do anything. But yeah, it is what it is. It's 30 minutes. We can go without any food or water. But yeah, on the rest of the way into Vancouver, I'm going to rate the airline using my channel original rating scale. Very creatively named the Raleigh rating scale because my first name is Raleigh. If you're new here, I use it to rate and review all of the airlines I take at the end of every one of my airline reviews. It uses 6 different categories to see how well the airline did at each of the 6. But if you're not new here, good job for making it this far. You've dealt with me for this long. But yeah, on the rest of the way into Vancouver, let's go ahead and find out how Pacific Coastal did today. The service was a 5 out of 10, as the crew on the ground and in the air took great care of us and did what they could to catch up with time. They were friendly and welcoming, but our flight attendant was just a little lacking with any of the services. She could have gotten at least a water run in on the way up, with a good 10 minutes of smooth air with the 18 of us, and even pretzels. I wouldn't have eaten them, but they would have been nice to see. I know I'm just being picky, and it's not like we really needed anything on the short hop anyway, but it would have just been nice to see nonetheless. After some research, they apparently only do service on flights over a whole hour in length. The cleanliness was a 7 out of 10, as there are lots of very minor wear and tear and dirt scattered around the cabin, but nothing that would make anyone notice or really care. There was a significant amount of dirt on my tray table, which isn't a great presentation, but I don't think anyone really cared about that either. But at least the windows were relatively clean, and that's all that matters to me. The Wi-Fi was a 0 out of 10, as there wasn't anything available. The food was a 9 out of 10, as there aren't anything offered on this quick half-hour flight, and these quick half-hour flights make up more than half of the airline's route network, so get something in that terminal if you really need something. On the slightly longer 45-minute flight, there is a bag of pretzels and a cup of water that are offered. But as far as the longer flights go that last an hour or two, I asked everyone's favorite AI, and here's what it came up with. Water, soda, coffee, and tea on select flights, but not all of them. There's also cookies, crackers, and granola bars for the smaller snacks. But keep in mind that these are really only on the flights an hour or longer, and there's only a few flights like that in the route network. So maybe the airline will give you something at the gate before boarding. But if you know anything else, or any up-to-date information on what they have to eat or drink, feel free to leave a comment. I'm genuinely curious. The entertainment was a 0 out of 10. If you don't count the views cruising at 1,500 feet, then nothing was provided by the airline to keep us busy. There's no in-seat power, so bring a power bank. There's no Wi-Fi, so download content, and definitely no seatback monitor. The seat was an 8 out of 10, as there weren't any of the entertainment amenities mentioned, but it had lots of room. For being a small turboprop, it had the same amount, if not more width, legroom, and recline than a standard economy seat on a larger aircraft of a full-service airline. So the overall rating for the airline is going to be a 4.8 out of 10. Why are we cruising so low?
Just VFR.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just flying
So
over.
you're VFR heading down?
Yeah.
Nice. I only asked because I was with you heading.
Yeah, I know you.
Up front.
Yeah, awesome. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Enjoy the flight.
Yeah, I did. Thank you. Yeah.
Great.
How did I find the Saab?
It's good. It's a nice plane.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's fun.
Alright, welcome back to Vancouver, back at the main terminal for our next connection out of here. But yeah, my final thoughts on Pacific Coastal today. Yeah, it was alright. It was a pretty standard turboprop experience. Really nice seat, very roomy. Nothing for entertainment, no Wi-Fi, no in-seat power, no seatback monitor. Really as to be expected, so not complaining there at all. No, we didn't have any. Really the only thing notable was just the lack of service, and you're not going to have anything on a flight that's an hour or less, which is kind of pushing it. But yeah, not ideal there. But yeah, for now, 30 minutes, we can survive a half hour with no water, snacks, or anything like that. But yeah, but for anything like 45 minutes to 60 minutes, that's kind of pushing it. And it also isn't great that the flight attendant had like 5 to 10 minutes of smooth air at least on the way up, and didn't give us at least the water. There was only about 18 of us, if I remember correctly, on the way up. But yeah, that's just me being nitpicky. Overall, it was a pretty standard turboprop experience, and I liked it. Pretty fun experience there on the Saab. But yeah, I am up here in the international terminal to catch the next connection out of here on the next airline. So I'll see you guys then for that adventure. Bye for now.